Hello and welcome. Today I'm in the tier 10 US battleship, the Monstrous, Montana. This match is on ocean, and I think this match was actually like 1 hour and 45 minutes after I actually got back from Poland, or well, got off the bus and actually arrived at home. So I was rather eager to play because I hadn't been able to really play the game for many days now, other than a few practice matches and that one show match. So I really wanted to play it, and luckily I did get a really nice Montana game. It's ocean, so people went into the two groups as usual. My first volley that actually hit something was on an Iowa, and I did 18,000 damage with 8 shell hits without the Citadel, which is rather surprising, and I am rather glad about it though, because it is an Iowa, and because they have 5 destroyers, they have a definite capping advantage. They have one of the caps, they're gonna take a second one too, and I don't think we can actually contest the middle one too well. And wow, second volley or salvo on the Iowa and 35,000 damage. 2 citadels. Because this Iowa is in a really poor position, I think that we will be able to pick her off like right now. Because I don't see her surviving this. She isn't doing much evasive maneuvers, so bye. Of course the final hit is a citadel. I also got first blood, but unlucky for me, the enemy has the A cap, they are capping B and C, and we can't contest either of them. That's sad. Really sad. So I obviously tell my team that we need to cap. Like, we need to cap, otherwise we are just going to lose. I can understand why DDs don't want to push in, but we need to go at least together. Otherwise it just doesn't work out. But anyways, I see broadsiding Iowa, so let's take another shot. I mean, they are covering their A cap. The best we can do, other than capping right now, is to deal as much damage as possible. And 31,000 damage on the first volley on this Iowa. I keep alternating my speeds all the time because they have many destroyers, so it is likely that some of them will try to drop some salvos of torpedoes on me. But if I alternate speed and turn all the time, it'll be difficult to like land a good salvo on me that'll like hit me hard. I think this looks like a really good salvo as well. A bit too high. 7 hits, 20,800 damage. Really good. There's a Kagera at 8 kilometers. Hopefully I'll be able to dodge this. Yep. There's a Kagera at 8 kilometers. Would be a good choice, but I don't know. Maybe the broadsiding Iowa is a better pick-off, because I might be able to pick her off actually. And I am rather unlikely to deal significant damage to the Kagero because I have AP loaded and, well, it's a Kagero at 9 kilometers and moving away, so I can at most take like 1-2 shots. At least if I fire at the Iowa, I could pick her off. Oh my god. Another 2 citadels, but she still had 2,500 experience left. Well, there's a destroyer torpedo salvo, so let's try not to get hit by too much of it. And try to hit one of the cruisers. And it has been a bit over 7 minutes into the game, and I already have 148,000 damage done. Well, I took some of the torpedoes, which broke my engine, so I had to use damage control party. But that's okay. There's a broadsiding North Carolina, so let's just keep shelling her, since both of the Iowas have been taken care of now, which is excellent. The unfortunate part is still that we don't have any caps. I think that's our Mogami that's in B trying to play the hero, but I don't think that he alone can do it. Oh, picked out the North Carolina as well. That's good. I feel like we need to go together into one cap, everyone. Like, sure, I did fine with these pickoffs, but it still isn't enough to win the game. Like, we would have to delete like 2 or 3 more ships before it would make up for the loss of all of these caps. Luckily, there's a battleship on our team that went to A. I didn't want to rush in because I was the one that was getting shelled quite a lot. I mean, look at my HP. You would definitely want Rivaled in his North Carolina instead, because he has essentially double my HP left. I see a Mogami sailing away, so I take a shot at her. Because I don't think I could hit the Hipper. I was a bit more confident with the Mogami, but I think I still missed. Now I'm gonna turn my ship around and try to follow Rival to actually get A and secure it, and then move on towards B. We definitely have the firepower advantage and ships advantage on this side here, because they're just cruisers and we are battleships, so we can kind of fight them. The tricky part is to, well, not lose enough ships that we can actually get the other caps too before the game ends. There's a low HP Fubuki, so I decided to take a shot, because it would be rather excellent. Oh, it missed. That's unfortunate. Would have been rather excellent to pick her off, because you know, that would have saved us some points again. Was a nice shot on the Hipper, but a tiny bit too high. If it had been a tiny bit lower, I think that would have done some massive damage. I'm gonna try to get into the A-cap as well, so we have multiple ships capping, so they can't as easily decap. I mean, look at the game. They are at the ship's disadvantage, they are at the firepower disadvantage, they are at the health disadvantage, but they are winning the game, because capping wins games. We need to cap, otherwise we are going to lose this. The Mogami seemed to have played a little bit with his throttle, which made my volley kinda miss. Although, I think I aimed it a bit poorly as well. So now that this is done, we finally got the A-cap, we need to move over towards the B-cap. The upside of Ocean is the fact that you can, you know, go in a straight line from cap to cap to cap, so that recapping is a lot easier than on most maps where you have to navigate around islands. Because that can be a lot deadlier, since you can be ambushed suddenly by a destroyer or cruiser coming around the corner and just dropping like 10 torpedoes into you. This Hipper was showing broadside, which is why I took the shot on her, but I missed. If I had aimed a bit better, I think that would have been a hit, but unlucky for me, I aimed a bit poorly, and so it straddled the ship. That's okay though. I think I've done my part already in this match, even if I just died right now and did nothing else. I think I already did what I had to do. The rest of the match needs to be carried by other people too. They still have a battleship left, but I don't think it's important for me to try to pick her off. I think it's more important to try to pick off these cruisers, because we might have to chase them later. I mean, we're not gonna have to chase the battleship, but we might have to chase the cruisers, because if they stop firing, they disappear. I just hope we don't have to chase that one Kagero around too much. That's gonna be annoying, as we have, at least for me, since I am in a battleship. Yep, chat confirms that I just got back from Poland, so I am actually rather tired when I play this match, because, you know, I didn't sleep all that well the last days. Wow, now that was an unfortunate volley. I expected that ship to be dead, either a citadel or more penetrations. I mean, she got 6 hits and she lost like 6 or 7,000 HP only. That's a bit crazy. I want to look at my keybinds. I think F3, yep, let's put space on F3. This way I can have a ship selected, press space, and it will call it out who I'm targeting. It's a nice thing I picked up in Poland. I didn't think of using space for it. In fact, actually, that's something I noticed in many games. Developers don't usually put space as a hotkey that you actually use a lot. Like, I don't know many people who use spacebar to jump to your ship, or in like a game like Diablo, or alternatively um, Path of Exile. You know, you use left shift button to stop your character from moving, but you could just as well use space, and that's what I do. Anyways, we are still hunting the cruises. At this point the game's a bit in our favor, but I think we could still easily lose this. Because what just happened, one of the friendlies died. They are at 800 points. We are capping C though, which is very good. But they still have a Kagero, so that Kagero could drop a torpedo volley, which would just take me out. And I might not be able to survive it. Although I find it rather unlikely since it almost never happens to me normally anyway. Still though, it could happen. And it could happen to my teammates as well. I still think the Mogami is a more important target, as we can actually pick her off, and I don't need to turn my ship to make myself more vulnerable to the Kagero. There's another cruiser they have that's really far away, at the edge of the map. But we definitely need to pick this Mogami off, and definitely actually get the sea cap, because we must not let them get any more points. That's just too dangerous. Like, I am rather amazed that we still haven't lost the game yet. But I mean, it's ocean, so recapping is a possibility. But now it's time to do the thing that I didn't want to do, which is chase a Kagero in a Montana. Well, I guess sometimes you have to do the things you don't want to do. I keep heading towards her, but I mean, because this Hindenburg is within range, I will try to help pick her off as well. Because we might not even, if the Kagero wants it, we will never be able to catch her. So I think getting the Kagero isn't the priority here, because we can actually get the Hindenburg, considering how close some of the allies are. Although it seems the Kagero isn't so intent on running away that I couldn't have caught her. It's okay though. I mean, right now, doing anything differently would take a large amount of time to actually turn my ship around. Not to mention I would actually risk getting torpedoed by the Kagero again. So I'm gonna turn away from where the Kagero was and keep shelling the Hindenburg. And after that we'll try to deal with the Kagero. Although I'm not sure if we could actually win the game on time, even if we kill the Hindenburg. Maybe we can't lose any ships even. I'm not sure how many points we would gain in the 3 minutes. Could be a sizable amount, but also the Kagero could decap B, so she could just hold it and we wouldn't get any points from that. But I think we are kinda fine, unless the Kagero kills someone. Because we are very close in points and we're gonna take the points lead in a moment, and I don't think the Kagero is gonna get it back anytime soon. So at this point, all we need to do to win is to survive. I think anyway. She can't cap everything in time to actually win. But then again, I mean, surviving is boring, so let's just pick the Kagero off. Hunt the destroyer in a battleship. Because why the hell not? If I were the Kagero, I would definitely try to cap B. I wouldn't try to contest C because it's a Montana, but I would definitely try to get B at least. And drop torpedoes onto the Montana while I'm on the way. So I think the Kagero is going to do that, so I will be heading towards B right away as well. I switched to HE because there's only a destroyer left, so there's no point in actually firing AP. Well, I mean, you could fire AP, but I think the HE is a bit more effective here. I don't think I'm gonna die though, because I still have heals and I have like 60,000 HP. I have picked up 4 ships though. I'd really like to pick off the Kagero for a nice Kraken Unleashed. Have high caliber already, so I guess that's good enough. I wish the Kagero would show herself, but I can understand. Oh, she did! Wow. You just have to ask, I guess. And she did exactly how I predicted she would be. So I will now try to pick her off. Essentially damn the torpedoes. Just try to sail through them or dodge them. If you don't move in a straight line, like if you keep dodging left and right here, then it's really difficult for the destroyer player to actually drop the torpedoes in a way that they would like do massive hits. Like she might get like 1 torpedo on me, but she needs a lot more than just 1 to pick me off, so this kind of movement, swiveling, can actually help. Oh, I couldn't finish her off. Oh well, whatever. I guess it happens. I still had an amazing game. I mean, 527,000 credits in a Montana, 19,557 experience, 3,900 free experience, 8 Citadel hits, 2,900 base experience. 2,900! That's amazing! And I did 215,000 damage. I did take a whole bunch, but nowhere near as much. And I made a profit of 300,000 credits. Because minus the actual consumables. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe and thanks for watching.